On this week's episode of Speak On It podcast.
Showtime, say my name 2 times. Double the grind, double the risk, double the reward, man.
7K, up the budget. 20K, like it's nothing. 80K, you gotta love it. 150, that's a movie, nigga. Break, dancing, steady spinning. Looking like it, walking in it. I'ma win, that's how I'm feeling. V12, boost my adrenaline. Push a button, close the door. I'm in the color now. Tupac, birdie, whoa. I play a butter rim. Gotta do it big, whoa.
Speak on the podcast.
Speak on It podcast, back providing that food for thought. As you already know, man, I'm Prophet the Prophet. I got my brother with me, Sat the Boss.
The biggest, the realest, the chillest.
Yes, Sirski. Coming to you with that food for thought once again, man. Full entree, full buffet. You can let it be nutrients, and you can let it be nourishment, or you can let it go over your head. Shit, either way it go, we put it on your plate regardless, you know what I mean? Today, we got a real special guest, man, per usual. And they coming with substance. You know what I mean? Pay attention. Today we bringing in Mr. Showtime himself, bro.
Showtime.
Showtime, 2 times there, boy. Yes, sir, Ski, man. How you doing today, bro?
Showtime, say my name 2 times. Double the grind, double the risk, double the reward, man. You gotta go crazy, man.
Yeah.
Don't do it once, you gotta do it 2 times. Gotta go hard, you know what I mean? For sure.
For sure. I like the way you put that, man. Basically talking about resilience, you know what I mean? Continuing on your path. So
Facts.
Talk to the people, bro, about your path currently.
Currently, like what I do?
Yeah, for sure.
My path currently, that's a good question. Because I'm trying to figure it out, even though I do got a path. But right now, I'm just one of those directors in the game that just kind of like.
Come on, man. Don't sell yourself short, bro.
Don't sell myself short.
One of the hottest directors
Come on,
in the
man.
game.
Like,
I just seen you have
y'all gotta say it. I can't say
You know what I'm
it.
saying?
do it wrong, man. He
Bro,
brought me his name Showtime for a
I
reason.
just seen you had Travis Scott hanging from a helicopter, man.
There was a person hanging from the helicopter in the
Oh, but
Travis
it wasn't
Scott video.
Travis.
It wasn't Travis. Though.
Okay. I thought you put my boy in danger.
Oh no. Well, we did put him on top of the Mercedes Benz.
Okay,
Yeah. We did put him in danger. Yeah. He had a little harness, but he really didn't want it. I ain't gonna tell nobody that.
For sure. So yeah, like y'all heard he's saying, man, he's actually a director, very humble individual, but he actually having real big motion, bro. So with directing, bro, like how did you get into that lane?
Being outside, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't go to school for it. I didn't have a passion for it. I was a rapper.
Okay.
Yeah, I was doing music. You know what I mean? And I
had a couple viral songs too.
Had a few songs, you know what I'm saying? Had a couple, you know what I mean? Before viral was viral. They didn't know what that word meant.
Yeah,
straight up.
You know what I'm saying? I had a YouTube page. As a matter of fact, I was cranking. I was doing a little dance stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, I had a little motion back then before I even knew what motion was. So, you know, I don't feel like I capitalized off of it because it was so new. When YouTube became a thing, there was no streaming and monetizing and stuff like that. So we post a video on YouTube, next thing you know, I got 1 million views. You know what I'm saying? We going to the mall, everybody know who you are, but it's like, even still, it's just like, it was just new. You know what I mean? So I didn't know how to get the money, didn't know how to, you know, turn into a business. It was just like, oh, you young and you lit. So all you know is, I just want to go here because they want me here.
For sure.
So then that transpired into music, of course. I was doing my thing, and I just always had a vision, not even knowing it. And next thing you know, I was just doing everybody videos. You know what I'm saying? Because they were like, "Oh, who did your video?" I always had the hardest video from everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Even at the back, even my first video was just harder than everybody else. But I come from a movie background, like a whole bunch of VHSs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I naturally just knew about OTS, which is over the shoulder shots and stuff like that. Right now we got a 3-camera setup. You know what I'm saying? So it's like before you just cut on the camera and you just shoot. Me, I already kind of had like a vision for real, knew how to like a natural etiquette for the game.
Okay.
Next thing you know, I'm on set with Future. You know what I'm saying? Literally like that. Just grinding. I was
So
shooting all the
so it
artists.
wasn't no transition. It was just literally just like boom, and then I'm outside.
Yeah, the transition was. I mean, it was a trend. I skipped a few years.
Yeah.
But obviously you got your brick squads.
Yeah, that what I was just about to say. I seen you just running around with them for a while.
Yeah.
Brick squad. You know what I mean? Showed. Yeah, all right, man. It's like I don't even know how to say the words for real because
Yeah.
it just back then it was just so natural.
You just doing what you know how to do for real. So it
And
wasn't
I ain't even know
What you was doing?
what I was doing.
for sure.
I just was one of those genuine people that just showed love because I like what other people had going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always that new student. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to like 2 of every grade school.
Mm-hmm.
So I always had to meet people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm hanging out in Bankhead,
Yeah.
not knowing, oh, this Bankhead, da da da.
Yeah.
I met Shawty Low.
Mhm.
Ironically, he asked me, you know where you at, brother?
Yeah.
All right, next thing you know, moving forward, I ended up booking him for a show. He gave me a CD in Wesley Creekside.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I remember
so-
that.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what the song was. Is that I found my swag, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it was just like, boom. Next thing you know, I'm recording in his house. You feel me? Like a lot of people don't know that I did that. You
Yeah.
feel me? But it's
Yeah.
like I don't even know to tell people that because it was just it was natural for me.
Man,
For sure.
I got it kind of like the same story. DJ Plug, he stayed on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. He stayed on the other side. What it was, Hampstead. He stayed
Yep.
on the other side. That's crazy, bro. So I know you done work with a lot of artists, man.
A lot. So it's like that list can go on forever.
Like yeah, I was just telling bro about this. You done something like, boy, you did your thing on that peaches and eggplant, my boy. I ain't even
Yeah, I
gonna
appreciate
lie.
that was a hit. That was a hit.
you
I saw
wanna-
that. Yeah,
You want to know what's fire about Peach and Eggplant?
Yeah.
I was on the original and the remix with 2 different production companies.
Mm.
So it's like I was on this one and I was on the remix too. So it's like that felt good to say.
Then they
Like-
brought you back for that one too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying? It's that's minor to some people, but I'm like, dang. Somebody had to tell me like, bro, you was on the original and the remix.
Yeah.
Like
With 2 different production companies.
yeah,
for
like
sure.
so it's like this production company wanted me. All right, cool. They moving a different direction, but they still wanted
They
me.
want him. Who directed it? Yeah,
like,
who
I feel
had
like a
that?
franchise player. You know?
yeah.
Everybody gotta go but him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's hard.
So now I pop it like that though.
Yeah,
for sure.
you
Yeah.
got
Like, what?
you
I'm
got to
still
pop it. So, name some of your favorite artists that you feel like that you don't work with so far, like that just show the most love to you.
I mean, this gonna sound like a humbling answer, but I really mean it from the core. I feel like everybody gave me something to learn from. I just got one of those demeanors where people just accept me for who I am.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. to Scooter. You know what I mean? I was in his hood shooting up. You know what I mean? Like, just yeah, it was. He ain't like I was his best friend, but it's like he being who he is and being hot as he is. Like, we might go to the store. You might be like, hey, you want something, bro?
For sure.
But to know how hot he is and what he is and what
And
he
to
capable
recognize
of,
me. Yeah.
him still being a human being and just like because I seen some people he won't even dap up. Bro, you straight.
For
Like,
sure,
you
for
sure you
sure.
don't want nothing,
Yeah,
bro?
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
bro. Don't shit, nigga. I would have said I wanted like
Yeah,
Hey,
kicking it. Yeah.
yeah, Future. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite artist for sure, still to this day. But cool
Few?
person. Yep.
Yeah.
That boy Pluto.
Yeah.
Nudie for sure.
Yeah, I see you. You did a lot of his shit.
Yeah, Nudie probably.
He up there.
Yeah, he up there, man.
Yeah.
That's just genuine. Like I can really say it about a lot of people, but Nudie. If I'm gonna go ahead and put levels to it, Nudie, DJ Esco, Black Youngster, Key Glock.
Yeah.
Who else? It's a lot, bro. I'm probably missing somebody. So when you know who one of the first videos I shot, what's my boy name? I had boss up for it. Money Man.
I like Money Man.
Bro, you the one actually put me on
Yeah,
him.
nobody knew who he was.
Yeah, like,
I think
you
he had my
actually put
bad. He had a little. I think he had a little buzz in Houston, but I ain't know about it.
No, not. But I
He
didn't
had
know
to tell me he had that.
I didn't know he was from here, and then I think I ended up calling him around, like, bro, who that is? And you was like, that Money Man, check him out, bro. And shout
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, that hard.
Fire.
I be riding that red eye still to this day.
Yeah.
What that black
slide.
circle? What?
That black circle hard
Yeah,
too.
that black circle, bro.
Man, he goes so crazy. But
And
like,
what's the one? That not 100. That not 100.
yep, that one.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
not
like that.
100.
Yeah,
Ooh,
So like with directing, bro, cause like me getting involved into this media, you know what I mean, forming the media a conglomerate with my brother Amar Rashad, for sure. Shout out to the trenches as well as my brother Sat about. We got it on.
We having it on too.
For
You
sure,
know what I mean?
man. Yeah, you know what I
Y'all
mean.
better do y'all research on him. We're gonna talk about that later. I'm gonna talk about it myself. But yeah, shout out to him.
100, man. Also, shout out to Media Mob, man. Slick
Media
Petty,
Mob.
man. And of course, shout out to my brother.
Slick. Hey, Slick, throw your hands up, my boy.
Hey, Slick, the most important. Hey, Slick. See, I'm in film industry. Shout out to Slick, the most important person in the room. Man.
Oh God! Hey, look, yeah, you already know.
Yeah, I'm behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Me and him family.
Look.
Yeah.
So y'all direct the niggas want to come here and do
Oh,
all
man,
this.
they getting us, bro.
Yeah, you feel?
They getting
I'm
us,
talking about
man.
behind the scenes,
Of
man.
course, man, it's a real media conglomerate, bro. But like getting involved in this and being, you know what I mean, low key, a protege or Slick. You feel what I'm saying? Cause he really taught me the fundamentals of a lot of this, and then we just dived into a lot of the research and stuff like that. Cause just like you, clearly, you know, I didn't go to school for this. I was I was trying to learn some whole other shit to save my life. You feel me?
We all was.
And you know what I mean, bro?
Yeah, I wasn't on what you was on, but we all had a different path.
yeah. But hey, we all met right here.
I'm gonna put myself in some shit then.
That nigga stupid. But yeah, bro, you know, learning from him the fundamentals and then getting into the research and stuff like that, along with Sat the Boss, bro, and even Amar Rashad, bro. Like I said, we got a team. I learned that the roles of the different people that it takes to actually produce. This ain't just a podcast, for example. This is a pod show. You motherfucking hit like
we
a show.
coin that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Coin
yeah,
that. You know what I mean? So it's like we understand it's different from executive producer to line producer to directors to you know what I mean, sound engineers.
Down to
you
the
know what I mean?
food, nigga.
Down to the food, bro. We map this shit all the way down to what we eat, bro. You feel me? But it's always delegation. You know what I mean? So it's like when you as a director, for people who, as we in the era of content creation, you know what I mean? It's always a path, even if it ain't being in front of the camera, but it's also different paths behind the camera. Could you kind of give, you know what I mean, the up and coming people, you know what I mean, what it means to actually be a director? Like, what is it that it all entails?
Okay, cool. So just for a disclaimer, because, you know, I know a lot of people don't know. My primary position, because I do direct, that is a big role of what I do. But my primary position is an assistant director, an AD. You know what I'm saying? And the AD, what people don't know is they the one who run the show. You know what I'm saying? How I break it down, you got Andy Reid, the director that come up with the plays and the play calling and how you want it. Then you got your quarterback that got to go out there and execute it.
For sure.
And the coaches is the one that's kind of like seeing it, how it's going to play out. Hey, man, we need a little bit more stuff in the background show. Hey, man, I don't know. We need to fix it. So it's on me to help execute it.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all they got a vision ahead. And the director need to look at that monitor and
see
just
his
sit
vision.
there like, okay, son, well, what do we... Then it's like me to kind of bring it to life for real. It's a collaborative effort, but just so everybody know, I'm a first AD first, but obviously
the hottest.
Yeah, the biggest,
Hey,
the best in the world. You know what I'm saying? The best in the world for sure.
There you go.
And I got my reason for saying that. And that was other people telling me. I just went with it. But yeah. But to answer your question, I tell everybody when I talk to classes and students, the first thing make yourself an asset. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at it as I'm direct. All that's gonna come. Like, you know what I mean? Just meaning like, if you want to get into this business, that's your question. I want to make sure I'm answering.
I'm gonna go, man. Keep speaking, bro, because you're giving game on how to even just get on the set. You can work your way to where you need to go. But I hear what you're saying. Keep talking, bro.
So how I got to where I am, you know what I mean? Hey, do your research, check the page, all that good stuff. I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? I ain't gotta say too many names, but I just made myself an asset for real. You know what I mean? And when you make yourself an asset, that means people want you around. So that's like me coming to y'all like, hey, bro, I want a podcast too. Y'all not gonna really gravitate to another person that's trying to do the same thing that y'all do because we know what come with that. You know what I'm saying? And an important thing that you said too that I want to add on to is like all the positions, what it take to do stuff. Man, watch your movie to the end and watch how long them credits go up.
Dead serious.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody want to be the man, be the boss. You the man when you a part of a team.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? You know what Phil Jackson told Michael Jordan?
What is that?
Hey man, you know Paxton, he can shoot, right? You know, we about to go get Scotty. Scotty can ball. Now you want to keep averaging 40?
Mm-hmm.
You would win.
Oh, you want to
Delegate.
average 27
And
Yeah,
get
win.
some rings.
get some rings.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
Dennis Rodman, you know, he do all that stuff. You know, be your bully. Let's go ahead and he keep whooping your ass. Put him on your team. That way, that's one less thing you got to worry
From the
about.
Detroit Bad
You know what I
Boys, for
mean?
sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give you another 6'7", however tall Scottie Pippen is, 6'9",
Yeah. God,
wing,
yeah, for sure.
and he gonna do some stuff, and then it'll open up the door for you to do what you got to do. When you got somebody, when you contain, somebody gonna knock down that three. So now it's a team effort,
And everybody win,
and everybody win. You still the man,
including you.
exactly. You know what I mean? So guess what? Whoever got 6 rings, shoot, Michael Jordan ain't the only one with them rings now.
Mm-hmm.
He the face of it. But
sure.
at the end of the day, you got it though. I'm about winning.
Yeah.
You know what I
I like the way you put that too, bro. Because a lot of people that slow up a lot of process when it comes to shit. Because people be want to just be the man.
Instantly.
You know what I'm saying? See, I just want to be on the team. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Cause y'all excuse my language like this, but you know they get pussy too.
That's all this nigga worry about.
Yeah,
Freak
yeah.
ass nigga, that's all you worry about.
Hold on. What boy sound?
He right, though.
10 freaky. 10
freaky
Smoking that nigga 10 freaky guy.
When he say, I'm done, I'm
smoking that
10 freaking
Nah, just to pull it back. I think that shit be fucking up a lot of shit, bro, because niggas so busy be trying to be the man and not understand to play the position. Like you gave a nigga so much game. Be an asset.
Yeah, that's it.
Cause I ain't even gonna lie, bro. At one point in time, I had to learn it. I had to learn how to not, cause I wanted to be him. I wanted to be, and like it took one time. My brother just pulled me and said, "Hey, nigga, like let him do him, and you do what you do."
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like he was like, that ain't gonna affect you. That ain't gonna do what you want to do. And you know me, at first I was like, man, that got me fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, don't nobody slack on this side. We're gonna tell you when you some bullshit.
On game.
We're gonna
And
tell
I
you
come
some
from that era too.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we all come from the same era, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna tell you.
But
Tell
it
you
get
some
weaker
bullshit.
and weaker, boy. So it's like now I'm Hollywood, and I just stay to myself because I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about it, as I elevate it and I try to, you know, bring back the insight to my people and all that, they don't even want to hear it. I'm like, bro, when I did this, they told me, hey, if you can't do this, pretty much you can't come around.
Right.
All right, let me go ahead and buy me a little MacBook. Figured it out, because I ain't never need that, bro. I know how to ooh. They don't want to hear that. You got to educate yourself.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, once again, make yourself an asset. You know what I mean? If you take the time out to do certain things, now it's like how you present yourself, people just want you around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was that person like, AD ain't supposed to touch nothing. But guess what? Here I come. Hey, bro, you want some water? You good?
Straight
All right,
up.
cool. Say, look, hey, man, you can get some food. But I always been, that's how I got cool. Slim Dunkin'. Like, I shared some pizza with him.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
But y'all, now that you brought up Slim RP Slim Dunkin',
Dunk gang.
you was one of the first artists to get him on songs with you. Like you kind of like y'all, like you had big features coming up as when you as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
So do you feel like you glad that you transitioned to this, or you wish you would have stayed more of the artist lane?
Good question. I like that question.
I think it's kind of hard. Like, man, that's a good question.
Speak on it. That's what we do.
I'm happy the way it happened because even when I was an artist, I didn't want to be the man. Even with artists, it was just fun.
I swear to
Mm,
boy,
yeah,
when
yeah,
I say
yeah,
I feel you,
yeah,
bro,
yeah.
I feel you,
With
bro.
my songs, if you even go back and look at them, I'd be like, all right, I got a song with Slim Dunk. I used to try to make it look like it was his song, or anybody who I did a song with. I was just like, I just wanted to be a part of it. I'd be the third person on the song. Like, I just want to be a part of it.
Hey, that as you said that, bro, I remember I was on the run, right? I moved to Pittsburgh. I was on the run, I called him, bro, sent me so much music. He was like, no, it's like this your song. You can have it, bro. But you gonna come back and shoot a video and you can go back out of town.
Come to Georgia where they say come on vacation, leave on probation. Nigga, I'm not finna come shoot these
Hey,
goddamn
my boy was
video.
on the run. I was on the run, bro.
Yeah.
And shout out, bro. Showtime kept. He the only person. He probably the only people knew who I was except with the bros, bro.
Yeah.
On God, he talked the whole time.
I want to kind of get into something you said, you know what I mean, a little bit deeper. You feel me? That's what we do here on Speak On It, you know what
sure,
I mean?
let's do
We
it.
unadulterated, we are explicit, you know what I mean? We unfiltered. We ain't big enough to get canceled yet. You did?
right.
But when you get these folk, the real, like you said, bro, it's getting weaker and weaker.
Yep.
So the real, we reviving the real, bro. We all come from the same era. As the people can see, bro, we ain't just meet him yesterday. He ain't just meet us yesterday, bro. We knew, nigga, we know who we are. You feel what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I want to ask you this, bro. When you jumped into directing, you know what I mean? What do you think was one of the biggest hurdles? Because obviously you said make yourself an asset. So I'm feeling like, and correct me if I'm wrong, you got yourself on the scene first and foremost. Right. To do whatever that needed to be done. I'm here to do what need to be done.
Yeah.
How was you able to transition from that aspect to actually being a nigga that's executing what the, you know what I mean, higher ups vision is?
Man, well, we need a 60 minutes on that. All right, I'm gonna try to make a long story short. It was me and my cousin, GT Films.
Shout out GT Films.
Shout out.
He shot a lot of shit too, but
yeah. So and shout out to Pac-Man. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you remember Pac-Man?
What you talking about, Pac-Man Jones?
My fault. Pacquiao. My fault.
Okay, that more like it. Okay, for sure.
Yeah. He stayed next to Me's grandma.
Nah, but he said Pacquiao. It clicked.
Yeah,
Pac-Man. I'm thinking Pac-Man Jones, but Pacquiao for real. Shout out him.
Yeah.
So we created the wave of running guns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There was no such thing as a running gun. What is that? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm working with Rich Homie Quan before he blow. I'm working with Lil Baby before he blow.
Thanks.
Like before they reach the world and they know who they are and stuff like that. And the reason why I say that is because now once that wave, that generation of talent surpassed the masses, we was the one they was trying to reach out to.
For sure.
So it's like I kind of came in the game AD and not even knowing I'm gonna be an AD. So boom, we working with DJ Esco. Shout out to Esco, and with Future.
Yeah, could fuck with GT. Yeah.
So boom, next thing you know, he kind of like now he got the Esco Terrestrial. That's a big project. So we doing his running guns. Next thing you know, the first big project became Too Much Sauce.
Yeah.
I walk on, don't know nothing. I walk at a mansion just like anything. I see trucks backing up, big lights, and I'm like, what's all this? And the crew came up to me and said, hey man, we heard you the AD. What we got going today, man? Tell us what's going on. And I put this on everything. I ain't trying to be funny. Nah, maybe. But I went back to GT. I said, bro, they saying I'm an AD. What that is? He was like, bro, I don't know. We got to figure it out.
Straight up. We in this bitch now. We got to figure it out.
So, boom, they saying all types of technologies, filters, 12x6. Woo. So all I could do, my instincts just kicked in. Watch. So they'll say something. I look at what to go get. Now, I'm running. Go get it. Touching it. Not knowing I'm not supposed to touch nothing. So they don't want me to touch nothing because the AD not supposed to touch nothing.
Okay.
Because that's
you
the
got
way of
people
saying.
For that.
Because when I touch something, that means I'm telling them they not doing their job fast enough.
Okay.
All I know is hustle. I'm
Straight
trying
up.
to be an asset. My instincts kick in on what I'm, because I see everybody working. I'm like, so I'm just supposed to sit here and wait for y'all to get done.
Now, I came from hustling. Like, I'm a hustler. That's how I got here. Yeah.
So I'm like, y'all ain't about to big dog me. So boom, fast forward. Once I got on that production set, like I said, Buddy told me right then and there, like maybe a few sets after that, he was like, man, you the best AD in the world, bro. We ain't never met no AD to, touch everything, help out, be a team player. So from there, that's when we started getting more of those type of shoots. I was like, I'm just gonna make this my IG name, best AD in the world, or best AD in the city. Like, didn't know what it was, but I knew what was going on. I felt important. You know what I'm saying? Like the artists come in and talk to me, Future come talk to me. Ooh,
yeah,
like,
but they come holler at you before they go holler at
because they want to know, hey, what we doing today? Ooh, I'm just like,
shit, I'm running the
but
show.
I've been doing that though, so I felt comfortable telling them what to do.
Yeah.
It was just more so the intimidation of people and terminologies. Hey man, flying the 85 lens and put on the pterodactyl with the steady cam. Oh nah, this might be the end of the road for me.
So you said you learned all that shit just.
That's what I was just about to ask you.
All
How
on the
did
fly.
you? So that's how you actually learned it by listening to them and then watching what the fuck they doing.
Yes.
So hey, people, I want y'all to pay attention to that. A lot of times, what's meant for you, God gonna put you in that predicament. I prefer to say Allah. Same thing as God. But he gonna put you in that situation. He gonna put you in that environment that's meant for you.
Facts.
All you gotta do, Allah sends down 1,000 signs a day. It's up to you to actually pay attention to them and utilize them accordingly. Bro just said he ain't know nothing about what was going on. He was just doing what he naturally does. And I'm here to say and attest to it. I've been knowing this man since we was kids.
Right.
Always been a vibe to where it's like, boy, everybody fuck with Showtime. You found everybody fuck with Showtime.
Yeah, I ain't never really
Just
heard the
ain't
nigga not say
nobody
they don't fuck
ever
with
said
you.
no lane, and it's like he a good nigga, bro. You feel what I'm saying? He was just doing what he does naturally. Allah put him in that position. But it's up to you to actually open your eyes and realize what's going on and study the game. Long story short, bro. That's what I feel like you saying, bro. At the
Study
end
the
of the day,
game.
just study the game, man.
Yeah. Take the time not to be observant. Everybody want to come in, and it's almost like you could say one thing about the podcast. I heard you say something about switchboard. I go to somebody else. Bro, did you put it on the switchboard? Thinking I know everything now because I flipped the switchboard one time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even, I'm still a student. You know what I mean? Because I keep elevating on different sets, and sometimes I get intimidated still.
It's funny you say that, cause you know, Slick, we got a group chat, Slick and Prophet. We be on this motherfucker. They be making fun of me. I don't know none of this shit.
Right.
So I just know how to shoot. So the nigga be like, so these niggas might send me some shit. Look at Shaw, look what he doing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
So it just
That's how they used to do me.
You know what I'm saying? So it just be funny. Cause I was like, I be trying to learn this shit. You know what I'm saying? They be like, so you ain't supposed to do that. You got to goddamn get your shot in your head shot and all type of shit like that. I'm like, bro, I don't know what.
But I want to say this though.
I'm trying to learn though.
But get what though? On the back end of that, you see the vibes in the group chat, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if the people don't even understand what's going on, but this set everything down to the electricity running through this motherfucker, bro.
built.
We did this shit, bro.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Not nobody else, bro. We did this. Even people that child don't know. Once again, shout out to Armand Rashad, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Slick Petty, bro. Shout out to Sat the Boss. Shout out to myself, bro. Shout out to everybody else that came in just to lend a helping hand. We did this shit and a lot of other shit. But the fact, like we was talking about off cam, which we're gonna get into right now, it's a team effort. Like you said, bro, when
I
you look at the
appreciate
end of a movie, bro, your favorite movie, watch that motherfucker all the way through, enjoy you some popcorn, smoke you a blunt, whatever you do when you watch movies, bro.
That big gonna have them credits.
They don't have them motherfucking credits. You feel me? Understand it's a team to this shit.
Facts.
So I want to ask you this, bro, as a director. And you teaching me as well, bro, because I'm not a director of what I do, bro. I'm over on the executive and line producer side of what I do, bro. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? So you teaching me as well. As a director, bro, when you look at this shit, you just taught me that when people see the AD, he ain't supposed to touch nothing, right?
Right.
So I want to ask you, so that means you got to have confidence and faith in your team.
Facts.
So how do you pick, or how do you relate to your team, or even get to the point where you understand his strengths, his weaknesses, and how to place them?
Ooh,
You see what I'm saying?
I like that. Like,
How do you build
how you
your team?
identify that?
Yeah, how do you utilize your team, bro?
You gotta once again be observant. You know, it didn't happen overnight. You know what I mean? But now I can pick it up just like that.
For sure.
Off rip. By what y'all doing right here. If somebody said, hey, Showtime, you got somewhere I can shoot a podcast at? Just by this little instinct, like, okay, they take this stuff serious. I know where I can come in at and be beneficial to y'all. And whatever night for whatever that booking may be. And I could trust y'all.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because I already know how to make sure we even start on time and end on time. I watched y'all and the process of sitting down and how long it was gonna take, all that. Like I calculate that in my head naturally. So it's just being aware of your surroundings, and me at the level that I'm at, it's like you ain't even supposed you ain't gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? If you not like that, you feel me? So. And even when I'm working with new people, I was like, hey, send me their pay. Let me see their work. I'm like, oh, they did that? Okay. I could look at a video and see, that artist got up out of there. They ain't have a lot of shots with him. He might have showed up late. They ain't know how to get their shots. You know, but I also look at the lighting and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, they look lit well. Okay. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Just being observant, like, oh, I'm about to work with you. All right, cool. You got a little catalog. So it's like when people say, if they don't know who I am, man, I got a AD named Showtime. If they don't know who I am now, it's being a little bit more accepted. My name and stuff like that. That's even LLC, by the way.
Yeah.
So my checks say Showtime
Hey, you
Showtime.
talking about?
LLC.
Hey, you told me that when I first got out. I ain't gonna count, bro. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a beat, bro. When I first got out, bro, bro hit me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep that shit all the way 100, bro. He ain't never, and we got to talk about business credit and all.
Yeah, facts.
Bro, we went on a whole nother level. You feel me?
Hey, one thing about that boy Showtime, but shout out always tapped in.
Always tapped
time.
in, bro. And we talking, bro. We actually was just talking on some, cause like once again, as y'all can see, bro, we clearly know each other.
Right.
So then we was just talking on some just, you know what I mean, personal shit. Then we got all off into them type of conversations we have. So I want to say this, side note. The conversations that you have with people on a normal level will also show you the level that you own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
We know each other personally. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all watch this our platform, boy. Y'all know I went and sat down for a long ass time as a kid. And to show you that we know each other personally from kids, and the context of our conversation was business credit.
Yep.
Was about elevation. He was finna shoot the video for me and everything on some player shit. You know what I mean? And when we actually came and sat down, bro, and really talked about everything, bro, that shit showed me that, for one, I had a lot to learn.
Right.
But for two, you got to utilize your resources that's around you.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the people that's willing to get a game.
Yep.
And I want to lead into another question while I say that. Gatekeeping.
Right.
And it's many different industries. Whether you dealing in fucking manufacturing industry, you dealing in the music industry, you dealing in the movie industry, whatever the case may be, gatekeeping it applies to it all. So I want to ask you, what's your experience with gatekeeping, bro, and the industry that you're in?
Okay, cool. I got a different perspective of it, gatekeeping now. What I realize is the average person who we come up around or we think we can give us some information, we pretty much all come from the same
Cloth, for sure.
cloth for the most part, like, right? It's safe to say that?
Yeah, for sure.
Now, I'm not talking about raising the projects and raising the suburbs. I'm just saying, like, pretty much the same.
Being solid
What they call
black
it?
men.
Yeah, exactly.
Individual. You know what I mean? That's it.
What I learned is, because I used to try to point the finger at, you know what I mean? I'm gonna just say it, my cousin. Not point the finger at him, but what I realize is, it's like some people don't even know. You don't know how they got to where they get to, and you wonder why they don't even get as further as they did. But we looking at it like, well, dang, I want to get like him. But they don't even know how to elevate past where we wasn't really giving.
Because
the
they
information.
want to keep
that
doing
hard.
what they doing.
I don't think they intentionally holding information.
They grinding, trying to get past. They trying to figure out how to get on a whole nother level.
Right.
You know
So
what I
it's
mean?
like they like the fact that, yeah, you asking me this, and it's just like, yeah, I could tell you this, but I mean, I really don't know for real.
You hear me?
But they don't even know how to say I don't know for real. But it's like they can give you, bro, I told you the girl just go tap in with da-da-da-da. You like, bro, no, bro, how do I do this? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, they might not know.
That might be the only way they know. Like you said, hey, go tap in with blase.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that may be the only way that they know.
Yeah.
And then it's like you didn't do that and you don't understand it or comprehend it. And it's like, hey, bro, that's as much as I know. Cause that's the move I worked.
Right.
Or that's all that I know.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's on the outside looking in type shit, bro.
Right. And because we so, I think you said it earlier, I ain't gonna say the name, but you had a podcast before this one, and you got some people that they don't know. They not hungry as
They're
you.
hungry, yep.
So it's like, but you able to say that's what
I
it
mean,
is.
we can say I just told him on the show last week. I said, bro, goddamn, it's just hard to get somebody who not as hungry, because I seen the brink, I seen the podcast, I seen the bubble, I seen the numbers, I seen what was going on.
Yeah.
Everybody was sitting in the house like, nigga, podcast blew up during COVID.
Right.
So I seen the money in. You know what I'm saying? As my brother shout out to Mo. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't have the drive that I had at the time. You know what I'm saying? Now he got it. He see what I was saying now. You know what I'm saying? He know that. You know what I'm saying? That's why he done started the Will Mo show. Shout out to the Will Mo show.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But now it's to the point was like bro, it's hard to get someone who don't have that vision on the same path.
I want to say this, bro. I understand that being behind the scenes, as I'm transitioning behind the scenes, I'm doing this, bro, because I understand I got a voice. I have an unorthodox story, and I know that I transitioned into the person that I am based off of a lot of a fucking struggle and pain that, man, it is my purpose to keep them little kids from going through, bro.
Right.
So if I gotta sit my ass on this motherfucking microphone, bro, and get these folk the real, and they can relate to a nigga that look like them with the tattoos, with the Gucci, with the I don't give a fuck about all that shit. Nigga, if that shit ain't double T, nigga, I don't give a fuck about that. That shit ain't cool cash. If it ain't ball on the ox, bro, I don't give a fuck about that shit. By double T, I mean the trenches, nigga. My folk put this shit out. But I do a lot of this shit, bro, because that's what the children see. And they be like, oh, boy, I can relate to him. I don't look like I'm as old as I am. This is why I do this, bro. This shit for the culture. This shit for the future. This shit for your kids, his kids, my kids, and they kids, bro. This is why I would rather be behind the scenes. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And being behind the scenes on a lot of other projects, I understand. Like, bro, folk don't even know I do this shit.
For real.
You on the level now, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga, you just had Travis Scott on the top of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Nigga, we just talked to you earlier in the week. You in Columbia.
But I seen you down there in Columbia, man. That nigga down there, you kicking big old shit in Columbia. How that was down there?
It's my first time. Let's just say I'm going back again June 7th.
Yeah. You liked it that much?
That was the best time I ever had in my life. It taught me the importance of what's it called when you need some time to yourself.
Isolation, maybe.
Isolation,
self-reflection,
self-reflection, all that.
Yeah.
It's just like Paul, like some me time for real. Like just where I'm not worried about production. Like that was like probably my first vacation ever.
Okay.
A lot of stuff I do is paycation. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
coin that, boy. Hold on. Look at the camera and say
that again. Say it again. Nah, say it again, bro.
The paycation part?
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff that I do is paycation. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm going to LA tomorrow. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to take my little picture in front of a palm tree. And everybody got what they think I'm doing or what they would do if they was in my position just by a picture. Because my lifestyle is a movie to some people. Like, but to me, it don't move me because I know in real life, all right, I got to grind, man. Let me, all right, man, I got to.
Speak that like real shit.
When I leave here, I got to pack my bag. I'm one of them. Got to pack my bag.
Which you appreciate you know what I'm saying, putting your flight on hold for us, bro, to come sit down.
Oh, no, for sure, man. I wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We been talking, like I said, bro, like, I don't forget, bro.
Yeah, you talking about simple and plain, bro. Long story short.
And I was trying to do my part just to show you, like, hey, y'all, this is an update, man. Something might come up. Hey, you know what?
You did that. You did
I can make it. You know what I'm saying? But look, don't bet on me because this might happen. But
100.
Because my job is, like, I'm an entrepreneur. When they call, I got to go.
For sure.
You know
that's how you pay your bills.
Yeah, so I ain't worked in 3 weeks. You know what I mean? But next thing you know, when them spurts come, that's when you got to just be like, all right, time to cut the switch on. I might work for 20 days straight.
Let me ask you, so how do you handle that? Like, I see how you just said in spurts. Like you said, you've been out for 3 weeks. And I remember you told me you was going to certain areas to where it was popping at, to where you can go make your moves and shit. Right. 20 days straight, bro?
What, like working?
Yeah, straight.
Oh, man, boy. When I come from them couches and flows for real.
Hey, you talking about? Yeah. Hey, you talking about?
Man, boy. I worked in them warehouses for real. I just did a Powerade commercial.
Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying? So it was dope.
Shout out to Fly J. Yeah, I seen it.
Shout out to Fly J. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lyrical Lemonade for bringing me out there.
Yeah.
But it was a dope moment for me because I worked in them Powerade warehouses, Coca-Cola warehouses.
Yeah, straight up.
I used to load the trucks. So now
you're doing the commercials.
I left that job, and the next thing you know, I'm collaborating to bring a vision of life for somewhere. A warehouse that I used to load the trucks to.
How that feel though? Like, did you ever take a moment and just look at this shit? Like,
my moment was taking a picture with all them execs in there. I'm like, I'm gonna take a picture with y'all. I said, I want a picture. They was like, you want a picture with us? I'm like, yeah. They don't know why. Yeah. In my head, I'm like, yeah. I used to work in a warehouse for y'all.
Yeah, y'all didn't even know my name.
That was a moment for sure.
Y'all didn't even know my name.
Nah, you know what? Nope, they didn't know my name, but it was cool.
Back then, I'm talking about when you was in the warehouse. Like, y'all didn't know who the fuck I was. These execs and shit.
Yeah, no, they still don't know. But no, I take that back. I did such a good job. They was like, man, he was good. They acknowledged me. They acknowledged me at the warehouse too. I ain't gonna sit here and say they ain't care about us. At the end of this, it's a business.
Yeah.
We always feel like somebody don't care about us when we
True
gotta
enough, true enough.
work our butt off. But yeah, that warehouse taught me once again, it's a team effort. When somebody don't show up to work, guess what? I gotta pick up them loads. You relying on somebody else. You relying on them trucks to make it. So you got to take that. A $1 billion company. You want to be a $1 billion company one day, right?
Factuals.
So
Factuals.
now, bro, I need you to show up to work, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Slick, boy, I need you here, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But you also, stuff happen. I need you to learn what Slick know, just in case somebody else got to press record.
Reserve.
Ooh,
Yeah.
shit happen. You know what I'm saying? So
you got to play quarterback to all that shit.
you gotta play wear multiple hats, play multiple positions. You know what I'm saying? Meet other people. I just heard my boy Trenches. I'm in there looking at the clothes. Over here, he asked the little young boy. He was like, "Hey, bro, you know how to sew?" In my head, I'm still like, that was a hell of a question.
Yeah.
Who asked somebody you know how to sew? But it's like, yeah, bro. Look back.
Yeah.
What a question, what an answer.
Oh God.
In my head, I'm like, let's make a movie right now.
Yeah.
After that, if somebody like in a movie, I would have been like, okay, as soon as I saw that, he was like, man, you know how to sew? I know how to sew. The next scene would have been the sewing machine.
Yeah.
And then like, hey man, you weren't lying. Next thing you know, boom. I just come up
Visionary.
with visions in my life.
I want to ask you this: with being so naturally gifted when it comes to envisioning things, as you stated earlier, being an AD, a lot of times it's about you executing someone else's vision. Have you ever been in a situation where you see the set and you see what's being produced, and you like your vision, you feel like it's better than the vision that you gotta execute, but this my role here, so I gotta execute this this vision. And if you have, how did you go about dealing with that?
Once again, I'm there to be an asset. Now, how I go about it, I'm an AV, so I have creative control a little bit. I can pitch it. Hey man, what you think about? They might be like, yeah, bro, because a lot of times they just got a general idea. They don't know how to bring it to life. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times they trying to come up with something that we live.
Oh
They ain't
God.
never lived it. I'm like, I've been there before. Hey man, that's not like
Yeah,
just imagine
it's more
doing-
realistic. Yeah.
Imagine you being on set just as a PA, and we doing a
What's a
jail
PA for the people in the back?
that's a production assistant. You know what I'm saying? So like meaning like they get the waters, they
Okay.
pick up the trash,
Okay.
they assisting wherever
do dirty
they
work.
need it.
Do dirty
They
work.
my favorite people. That's my department. They up under me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you been to jail.
Yeah.
We shooting a prison scene. They trying to do something that we think is right. You might be like, hey bro, it's really like this. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you like, hey bro, hey, hold on, y'all, everybody, hold on real quick.
Uh-huh.
Let's. He can give you
Yeah.
a more breakdown of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But you got to do that strategically. I'm only gonna throw you in that fire if I know what level I'm at with them, and then also me knowing what they trying to get across. Because sometimes it's just the natural act of doing something. It's not very descriptive. They just want to see somebody making a pocket.
Okay.
But you might have a key detail where it's like, man, just do this and everybody gonna know what that is.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times videos, this happens so fast.
Yeah.
But you might have something where it's like they gonna relate to
And
that.
still capture that moment at the same time.
Yeah. Ready to illuminate what they're trying to make it better.
Right.
Make it more realistic. That's hard, bro.
So
And
that's and that's what I bring to the table. You know what I mean? So it's like it might be their ideas. My job to be an asset to them to help enlighten it, bring it even more to life. And I'm okay with them saying, "No, I want to do it like this." All right, cool.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, so boom, I don't get in my feelings about it. It's their vision. They hired you to do a job. It's their vision at the end of the day, and you got to be able to say no, be able to take a no. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing against what you got to do. Once you start trying to push yourself like that, you messing up this person. You don't know what this person got going through.
For sure.
They could have had somebody that did it differently that told them this was the right way.
Uh-huh.
And I'm pretty sure everybody make pockets a different way. Am I saying the right word? Pocket?
Yep.
Hey, I ain't gonna count when you
Yeah.
said pocket. That shit just brought me back. But I know exactly what that motherfucker. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn,
I don't want that to bring you back though. No.
100, 100.
Stay. Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't
we
want you to
gonna
go
stay
back.
here. Yeah, bro, we ain't even on that. I ain't gonna cap, bro. I don't even look over my shoulder no more, bro. For real. Whether it's in the past life or whether it's in what I'm doing today, bro.
I bet I got this gum in my mouth. I know that shit ruining the sound.
Nah, man, it's all smooth, bro. But so jumping into these lanes, we gonna dial back a little bit as we do on Speak on the Podcast, man. Clearly the people already can recognize your credentials, recognize that you know what the fuck you doing here and today.
Hold on, man. I gotta cut you off. What he just said. I don't do no popping.
Uh-huh.
I don't do no disrespecting. That's if I had something that I wanted to get out to anybody who wanted to hire me. I want everybody to know I know what I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? And I say that humbly because just like basketball changed, times change.
Mm-hmm.
Steph Curry shoot 5 threes a quarter.
Okay.
Back in the day, they used to shoot 4 a game.
Yeah.
So everything is consolidated now. So how I go about things, I'm still to this day like people. Everybody don't know me, and as I keep elevating, it's always somebody be like, "Well, no, we do it like." I'm like, and I'm gonna listen, but I've got the courage to say now, like, "Hey, y'all, I know what I'm doing. Trust me. If I steer you wrong." That's very rare.
Rare.
I don't miss. I'm gonna look into the camera with this right here. I don't miss because one thing about me, I tell people all the time. It's one of my sayings. I'm always right. I ain't never wrong. Because even when I'm wrong, I admit it, which is right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never gonna be wrong because at the end of the day, if I'm make a mistake, I'm gonna admit it right then and there, which is right. Because ain't nobody perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I tell people, I don't miss. I'm here to bring the vision, like how y'all talked about Slick.
Uh-huh.
That's how a lot of people talk about me because I'm here. I really want to be a team player. I'm cool being behind the scenes because if you blow up, you gonna always want me to be around. That's a check.
Mm-hmm.
That bring it back to something you said earlier, bro. When I asked you about how did you transition from simply being on set, being an asset, to running this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And you spoke on being a part of Pluto, you know what I mean? Lil Baby, Money Man, things of this nature, and several other people
Rich
that
homie.
before they became a global success.
Right.
And then when they actually got to this level, they like, fuck Showtime, man. So is it safe to say that a lot of what you do, or even these aspiring ADs are doing, kind of relies on the artist or the production company or whatever the case may be being solid, bro, and remembering who really helped catapult them to that level as you in that motherfucker doing the groundwork, bringing this vision to success?
That's what we really hope. You know what I'm saying? That's what we wish. That's what we think. That's what we think in our head. Like, hey, bro, why we ain't keeping them? Once again,
Same formula, yeah.
that person get the success that they so focused on trying to stay where they at. They not worried about that person typically. If they do, that's really a plus. That's a gift.
Okay.
So to answer the question, nah, I ain't banking on them. I'm banking on that production company.
Okay.
Make sure it's really on you, meaning like yourself. I'm gonna make sure these people want me around. Once again, go back to just being an asset.
For sure.
Even if something go wrong, they gonna be like, man,
That's the key words to this
Asset.
episode.
I want
being an
Showtime
asset.
around because he asked me if I needed some water. He asked me was I okay. He was always trying to. The artist was late 5 hours, but he still gave me solutions. I'm not the one to be like, man, I told you so. Man, see, I would have did this if I was you. I'm like, all right, we here now. Hey, listen, this is what I think we should do. You know what I'm saying? I know you want these shots right here. Let's see if we can consolidate them. Look, boom, boom, bam. You know what I'm saying? We got to move like that. You want your shot. I know what you're going through.
So you try to use like every second, every time, everything.
So time is of essence when it comes to this shit.
Essence. You know what I'm saying? And that's the pivotal thing about being an AD. You can learn in the book what an AD is. you can have in your head like, oh, I got my perfect schedule. I tell people like, nah, because this is about a schedule. Yeah, I broadcast my schedule, and that's the most important thing about an AD. But what do you do when that schedule is shot? You had on here this artist gonna show up at this time. So what is the plan B? And now that the artist showed up 5 hours late, now what is the plan C and D? I think about all that before I even go on the set. Like I walk in, they don't even know it. You know what I mean? Like, man, they be like, man, like I might have gave them insight. Hey, man, GloRilla be late. So, but
So to speak,
they don't
not
want to
saying
hear
she
that,
do. So to speak, not saying she do. You know what I
No,
mean?
she do.
I was trying to clean it up, but fuck
Nah,
that.
ain't no
You
clean
straight
up.
explicit.
Nah, Glow cool. She know what's up. Like it ain't like no shade on her, but at the end of the day, these artists they got so much
Going on, yeah.
going on. It's like, dang, they off day. They doing a video shoot. Then they had to be at the club last night. Then they got a plane to catch the next day. So it's like, typically they video shoot days, they off day. Hey, they done did so many. So it's like you gotta come in. They like, Some people care, but at the end of the day,
don't.
it's like, man, once they experience, we live in a time where stuff is faster. Like I said, we shoot more threes now.
For sure.
Same thing with production, man. We trying to knock out 6 scenes in an hour. Like, come on, y'all. I don't even care about all this overhead light. They don't appreciate
The details.
the
Yeah, them
details. They just
gaffers.
want it done. So it's like you got to find that balance in knowing they don't care. On top of you still got to do a good job because we need this product coming out and you want to get rehired. So you got to find that balance, and I feel like I bring that balance for real.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at. I don't care. That's what make me the best. I don't care what AD know how to make a schedule.
Niggas ain't fucking with you.
No, because what happened when stuff fold? How can it's about a fold? It's gon' fold.
Yeah, eventually. At some point, yeah.
The budgets are lower, and we want to do more because just the times we in. Like these directors that's coming up that I'm working with, I've been in the game longer than these directors that's hot. They young and they super talented. So they got a vision in here. Me, I'm like, man, I know how this gonna be. Like Pluto gonna show up when he show up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Bro gonna walk out the trailer when he wanna walk out the trailer. But this is their moment for them. Nah, I don't care. I want my shots.
So you got to manage that as well.
I gotta manage that. Boom, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I give them a pep talk before I go in and like, listen, y'all, this is how it's gonna go. I know how they gonna act because
I've dealt with them.
this
I've dealt with all these situations.
yeah, this
I got
this
experience.
us.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's
You know what I'm
CPT.
saying? When my boy you know what I'm saying? When my boy Cardi get on this right here, eventually this gonna hit.
Yeah,
Mhm,
yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
That's scheduled on. Hey, listen, y'all. I know when did he start that? I might even ask. I pay attention to when the shit got poured. Y'all, we got about a good 45 minutes.
That shit gonna kick in.
For good shit, for good content, yeah.
Yeah, y'all. I'm telling you. Oh no, and it's like they don't care, but I'm like, all right, cool. Then they ready to deal with the consequences when they come. Guess what? I'm right there for them. Like, hey, look,
Because you was already prepared. So it's proper preparation prevents poor performance.
exactly.
I want to take this to a personal level now.
All right, bet.
As we have established with, you know what I mean, our audience and established with everybody, you know what I mean, that's viewing this. Shout out to all our viewers, all our subscribers. If you ain't subscribed yet, man, push
Hey,
that
share,
button.
subscribe, man. Hey,
100,
look,
man. We got
Comment.
Showtime 2 times. Let's
gotta
get it.
subscribe, man.
Basically, 2 things that, like I said, bro, I am a student on this couch right now.
Me too.
You hear? Got to be a student. You got to know when to be a teacher and know when to be a student. You feel what I'm saying? So it's
Facts.
like, what I've learned, what you just said, the last 2-3 minutes, it's 2 things. Empathy. As you spoke about all the shit that artists go through, you feel what I'm saying? You got to be able to understand that and feel that shit.
Facts.
And be like, all right, I'm a plans C, D, E, and F. And that
Facts.
comes from being able to understand, like, all right, I live this life, they live this life. This day, I fucking off day, so to speak. You know what I mean? It's a lot to be able to do that and have that empathy and not be frustrated. You know what I mean? Or not be goddamn bad mouthing like you said on everything. You keeping it a bean as we do work on Speak on the Podcast. You feel what I'm saying? But you
Facts.
always said no shade to these folk. But it's just reality.
Reality.
And you can't judge them. You just gotta have that empathy for them. So developing that empathy, bro. You know what I mean? And the biggest thing, bro, which I am currently struggling with as a new father. You know what I mean? Shout out to
Congratulations.
Eastside, man. Shout out to Easy Money every motherfucking time, bro.
Congratulations, man. That's hard.
Thank you, brother. Balance.
Balance.
Empathy and balance. And I'm not asking from an AD perspective. I'm asking from your personal heart, bro.
Mm-hmm.
How did you learn empathy and balance in your personal life, bro? And be able, you eventually it's gonna apply to your business side, bro.
Right.
But I'm gonna ask you personally, bro. From me to you, bro. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Before the profits, before the showtimes, from me to you. How did you develop that? And you teaching me something because I'm trying to figure this balance shit out right now. How did you develop that shit, bro, personally?
How did I develop balance? Man, once again, it was a gift. I already had to have it, and it may have played a part in my parents being divorced and co-parenting. You know what I'm saying? I had to see both sides.
There you go. There you
There
go.
we go.
I got to see both sides.
That's what we looking for
you got,
sure.
Like Baltimore and here, that driving back and forth, seeing them try to get along, but they don't know what I seen them do. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't know that I heard some arguments. I know what I've said to trigger some arguments just from being a child.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I done had to keep going to be a new student at every school. I had to keep, you know what I mean, get around. So I was giving the hard way, but I was an asset to him. So all I knew genuinely is I keep moving. I keep having to be here up and down the coast every spring. So I have no choice but to know balance.
For sure.
It was genuinely instilled in me. You know what I'm saying? So when stuff happened to me, I ain't gonna say I forgive. No, I forgive, but it's like to get to where I am now, to understand that was balance is just understanding, like I said earlier, like it's like me relying on you, seeing what y'all doing, da 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 da. And I'm like, bro, show me how to do it. And it's like, y'all, hey, bro, it's like a relationship. You can't give a girl 110% of your time.
At all.
You can't. You can't give your partner 110% of your time. There's life that's in there. And once you know all of that, you understand, like, okay, you just gotta come up with your plan A, your plan B, your plan C. I know if that tire go flat, guess what you gonna do when your tire go flat? Right now, my tire flat right now. Plan B is to call AAA.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I got a spare in the trunk. You know that already.
For sure.
That's a plan B already. You know what I'm saying? They say, man, don't have plan Bs. I ain't had no. It's not about that. It's about just understanding that things happen.
Oh, God.
And so that's how once you understand things happen, that's when you like, you know what? Boom, you already said it one time. Oh, yeah, same situation. Got out, bro, say he was going to do this, do that. And just like, but guess what? He was still able to sit on that couch because you was just kind of like, you know what? It happened, man.
Shit happened.
That's balance.
Niggas was going through
Because you
shit.
could have just held that in and be like, bro, watch when I get in here. Woo, woo.
Yeah.
And that's the cause of us
Not being
downfalling.
successful. Yeah,
Not
exactly.
being
Downfall.
successful. So
exactly.
you need that to happen to help you understand balance. You need trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gonna let it happen too many times, though.
You hear me?
That's why I don't rely on nobody for real. And then when we work together, I'm on your ass.
So
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, hey, bro, I can't mess this up. I don't even want you to mess up for us because I know, hey, bro, we can't. Hey, bro, I need you here. And everybody would say that I'm hard to work with.
Facts.
This is my life.
So
Fuck you talking
I
about?
kind of want to scale back a little bit. We're gonna get into the lighter part of the show.
Okay.
So
Talk to me.
just you being an artist, being an AD, what you think about the state of Atlanta music right now?
I think it's the worst it's ever been in my life.
That shit crazy, ain't it, bro?
Yeah, it's dead. It's over with. I seen it happening probably like 7 years ago, where it was gonna transition to.
What made you see that?
I started seeing that people, one, social media. Everybody want to be too cool, and they want to start gatekeeping. You know what I'm saying? Back then, it's like you could have a hot person. You could have a hot song, and the person that work at a Quick Trip could have a decent song. and you gonna walk with that person at the quick trip.
God.
You know what I'm saying? Artists was hopping on people's songs, just collaborating. We was a collaborative town. But then once the gangster joint started really taking over the net on who doing what, who not standing on business and trying to be that destroyed everything.
See, my
I
personal
agree.
thought, I kind of think that drill music wave kind of killed it.
I can't say that though.
Not necessarily.
We had
'cause
drill
like,
music. Knuckle You Buck was drill.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's
Nuggets
just
buck
different
with drill,
style. It's
but-
different style,
but-
same concept.
It is, but I'm saying more so of the So I'm gonna rephrase that. It ain't the drill music. It was more like you say. It was the most of we wasn't. Everybody was fucking with each other, bro.
Everybody rocking with each
So
other.
it was like, what can you do for us? Like, everybody had a hustle mentality, but now I think it got to the point where niggas want to be so hard that they forget to go get the money.
Yeah, they want to be hard, and not even that. They might get the money, but they don't want nobody else to get none because they never had it.
Yeah. Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah. I like that. That's a
feel me?
bar.
They never
I
had
think
it.
that, see, bro, I love what you just said, bro. So now I dig a little deeper into that, right? Everything
That
both
was a
of y'all,
good question too. fool.
100. Everything both of y'all just said is 100% factuals, bro, because everything has its error. Even if you look at the type of movies that's being made now, and you take it back to one of my favorites, Friday. I think all of us fuck with Friday.
Yeah.
But look at what Friday was like. If you do your research on what it took and how they produced it, but how big it was in our culture. This shit here for the culture. What we do right here is for the culture. I don't give a. I'm gonna look at the camera. I don't give a fuck who we have sitting on this couch, bro. It ain't necessarily about ethnicity, because you can get some game that can elevate our culture from a lot of different ethnicities, bro.
Facts.
This shit here is about giving game and actually preventing a lot of y'all from taking the fucking route that we took. And also, it's about helping elevate those who are in a particular lane. You know what I mean? So don't look at the color. Don't look at all that shit there, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, you can learn a lot from a dummy. And you can learn a lot about our culture and our heritage from a white person, from a Mexican, from a Native American, so on and so forth, bro. And that's what the fuck we do right here on Speak on the Podcast. I want to ask you this question, bro, because you know what I mean. It's common in our community, especially with successful black men such as ourselves. With the women, bro. You know what I mean? Relationships is
Look at
different.
he smiled on that.
Look, so relationships different than with our grandmas and you know what I mean, and with our grandfathers and so to speak. You know what I mean? And as you spoke about earlier, I grew up in a single parent household, obviously. You know what I mean? And then like you speaking about divorce and stuff like that, which also has effects on the child mentality, so on and so forth. I want to ask you this, bro. Coming into the game, bro. As you said, bro, you walked in there, motherfucker, becoming an asset. Then you walked up to AD. Then you shooting shit nudie. We gonna talk Future. We gonna talk Travis Scott. We gonna talk Lil Baby. You know what I mean? We gonna, man, the
Yeah,
credentials
work with all
go
of 'em.
GloRilla. We gonna talk Latto. We gonna go, you know what I mean? Your credentials is, but I say all that to say this, bro. The women gonna flock. You feel what I'm saying? That's just natural. Women gonna flock regardless. You hear me? But then when you actually have emotion and you got a head on your shoulders, because niggas don't become successful without having a motherfucking head on their shoulder, bro. This shit bigger than just goddamn what a nigga look like.
Right.
You did. What kind of struggles have you encountered becoming a successful black man in such an industry, bro, with the women, bro?
Women.
I don't trust him.
I think it's just the city we live in.
Atlanta fucked up, huh?
The circumference of Atlanta. Like, even if,
That nigga said
we
the
can't
that nigga
even
went
get-
down there geometry on the nigga ass.
whatever pi equals, you know what I'm saying?
3.14.
I just think we just our own little hub, and we move a certain way, which kind of like not allow us to connect the way our grandparents did. I just feel like it's a lot of distractions. It's way more to do than it was back then, and it's way more to post. It's, you know what I mean? We think this is that, and it's not this. So I think it's a lot
Persona.
of I think it's a lot of distractions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In the circumference of where we live. But to answer the question though, the struggles is they'll look at my lifestyle as if, that gets them closer.
Closer to what?
I guess fame. I guess
So that what I'm saying.
luxury
So it's like a chain of command
materialistic
because
things.
they might look at you and say, "Hey, bro, be with these folk, bro.
Yeah.
On these folks."
I get that a lot.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So,
For sure.
so I get what you're saying about that.
Right.
So it ain't too many rooms that you ain't been in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but luckily I understand how the game go for real. So
You take advantage of that though.
do I take advantage of it?
I would.
Yeah,
I
look,
ain't
they nigga always ask them questions.
I would.
Man, it take too much energy to try to take advantage.
I ain't
You
gonna
know
lie,
what
but I
I'm
would.
Okay,
Now, me 10 years ago, you ain't have to take advantage. It just kind of fell in your lap. It's just what came with the criteria for real.
Yeah.
So, like, I really live the lifestyle that people
Dream
think
of.
they want.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
think they
saying?
want. Why you say think they want though? Was that
Because
like just a
don't
natural
wanna put the work
comment
in
or
for it.
something you thought about saying?
It's not a millionaire that I've ever met. I'm talking about even people that own jets.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's not a millionaire that I met that just says, you know what, I got all these cars and I drive them all. Like, man, once I got it, I'm like, they try to get me to drive. I'm going to LA tomorrow. Somebody gonna be like, hey, bro, take my Benz, bro. You can drive it. They more excited for me to drive it and get the experience than them
Having it.
having it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They like, man, I don't get this stuff, man. I done been in all the big houses. I done filmed in the big houses. It's hard to upkeep that stuff. You got to pay the landscaping. You got to pay the siding. You got to get the pressure wash. You got to these bushes that when you bought them look like you, starting to look like
Damn,
regular.
Fuck
You
you
know
talking
what
about?
I'm saying? It's almost like if I keep eating burgers, I'm gonna get out of shape. Like them bushes getting out of shape. You got to pay to keep that up. But your mindset is like, I don't want to pay to get somebody to goddamn keep cutting them hedges and stuff like that.
Facts.
Now it's looking like project housing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why we able to film there because we the ones paying to keep the whoop. So now it's like, long story short, I get around those type of individuals that had those things that come from where we come from, and it teaches me like, you know what? Once you get it, it's like, all right, that's it. A palm tree is a palm tree in LA, Miami, and the Bahamas.
100.
A jet ski is a jet ski.
In the Atlantic or the Pacific.
Or the
It don't
Pacific.
matter.
You
Oh,
know what I'm saying?
God.
So it's like, at what point do you reach a level where you like, you know what? I done did it all. What we think that we want. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, it get old after a while. You feel me? So that's where I'm at with it. So, you know, I just kind of go with the flow for real.
Go with the flow and handle your business, bro.
Yeah. So women that come to me, and I say this humbly, the models or whatever, they know what's up. And they can agree with it. They're not gonna even disagree. They're not gonna even say nothing because they know what's up. Like I said, it come with the criteria. They treat me differently than the average.
Cause you don't want to go put them in the room.
That or just like I don't play with them. I know they ain't got nothing. Y'all, a person with
Bro, why you just
they don't got nothing.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, I'm gonna say that right quick. I'm gonna pause you on and say, you know what I mean? Because when we look at what we have, right? Some people can be content with certain shit, and some people can be content with other shit. And what I mean by that is the grind that we got, bro.
Right.
This shit is unmatched. It's different, bro. The level of devotion, all the motherfucking obstacles and adversities that we had to overcome to get to where the fuck we at. And we continue to grind, like you were saying earlier about gatekeeping. A lot of times niggas think of motherfucking gatekeeping, but they trying to figure out how to get past the level that they own.
Exactly.
So they really ain't got time to really deal with where you at.
They don't have the
necessarily.
information to give because they just in where they in because it's right place, right time.
Right place, right time. So that goes back to saying like, all right, shout ain't got shit. But at the same time, it's like, I may have more, but that don't mean that we could downplay what the fuck Shawty got going on because at the end of, imagine where them folk might have came from.
For sure.
You did. Them folk kind of like, oh, like a nigga come out the real slums, bro. Shout out to St. Louis, man. Shout out to Six Flag Drive. They were nigga really from.
For sure.
So like we come from that and then you go get a motherfucking something simple, $400,000-$500,000 house. You know what I mean? They be super player, but some
Hold on, wait a minute. You said a $4,000 or $5,000 house?
No, $400,000 or $500,000.
Oh, $100,000.
My
Okay,
bad.
okay,
All right,
okay.
so okay, cool. But then you look at a nigga like Future or Baby now.
Yeah.
A $400,000-$500,000 house or something. These niggas probably shoot a video in. These niggas ain't studying that shit. But that don't mean that I ain't or she ain't or he ain't got nothing. That just mean that they got something for what the fuck they came
Nah, I
from.
think
What
he
they got
wants to
going
talk
on.
about the propaganda of it, bro.
You
I don't
mean
think
like
I don't think he really talking about physical of it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
More
'cause-
so,
yeah.
what you saying.
Nothing
yeah,
to
but I
offer
get
you.
what you.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like you at a certain level right now to where it's
Nah,
like
cause you gotta think about it, bro. Like a lot of these folks, they live for the Instagram likes.
They live for the
Instagram
yeah.
followers. They live
Man,
for the
listen.
Instagram views.
I'm
They
the
live
square
for that.
dude. I'm sorry, I gotta cut you off.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm the person that people used to ask me, like, bro, what you think about the mouse? Is it like this? I'm like, I used to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Like, nah, they cool because they were cool with me. But then I started reading the room and what they into, and like, I feel like I consider myself a good young man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was the person because I was working. I wasn't a rapper.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I had my business together. I would try to put people on game. Like you said, when we met,
sure.
that's natural to me to try to uplift people.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't want that sound good to them.
They want the propaganda.
But at the end of the day, that same girl I'm kicking game to. Next thing you know, I look on the page, Bottega store.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay. Ain't no wrong. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. All right, cool. But it's like they want what they want. They want a certain lifestyle because of this generation of what we are attracted to.
It's the gratification.
Once again, they don't know no better. This is what's put in front of us. See, I came up in front of something else. Yeah, we had our MTV cribs. But now it's like, it seems like everybody, they compete with other girls. Like I said, I go to LA in the morning. As soon as I get off the plane, I can post the wing of the plane. And people in they head like, dang,
30 females gonna hit you.
Yeah. What? No. Just in general, like people just like, man, Showtime living it. Boy, that boy in LA, ooh, I know he going crazy.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm about to go to work my ass off.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But I post that picture of me standing next to Sway Lee.
Yeah.
They like, he up. No, Sway Lee up. I'm just showcasing like, hey, this is what I'm around, promote myself, business-wise, take me serious when y'all hit me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just like everybody got their own perception of what they think
Yeah.
what I'm on or what they would be on if they was there. But like, man, we grinding.
Grinding this shit out, nigga.
It's crazy how I can stand in front of a palm tree just because of who I work with. I ain't in front of no lamb, no nothing. They like, man, that boy Showtime. Living it. Because if I go to Miami, I'm working on the yacht. What Drake say the song? We in Miami posted on the yacht. It's like, ooh, that boy Showtime doing what Drake said. I'm like, boy, I'm out here grinding.
No, you ain't been asleep in 3 days.
Fuck you talking about. So I want to
Look,
ask you.
I got a flight in 3 hours. Check in a minute.
Fuck you talking about. So, fuck you, man. You still put up on Speak on the Podcast live and direct. You
Facts.
feel me? I want to ask you this before we close out them motherfucker, bro.
Sure.
With that being said, perception is key, bro. That's a psychological thing,
Yeah.
obviously. You know what I mean? And perception has increased and also been motherfucking diluted, so to speak, due to social media. You know what I mean?
Social media
So,
is a rule.
with everything that you got going on, bro, understanding how perception can be misinterpreted. And perception is based on the individual as well. You dig what I'm saying? Personally, we're going to step outside of the motherfucking hottest director in the motherfucking game. You did what I'm saying? Dealing with all these folks, you know what I mean? Because I think all of us understand what it's like to be viral. All of us understand what it's like for folks to have a perception based off of something they seen on social media. Even if you ain't posted, bro, I done went the most viral off of shit that I ain't even goddamn post.
Exactly.
You feel me? And then you see how that shit go, bro. I had the same encounter, so on and so forth. I still do. But it's like this. How has that personally, you know what I mean? I'm talking to the interview. When you step into a relationship or even communicating with a female, whatever the case may be, and understanding that her perception has been warped or have been influenced by what social media may have put in front of her, how has that affected you, bro? Like a nigga ain't, bro, we ain't know you just stupid. We ain't no YNs, bro. So like, nigga, we at that point in the game where, you know what I mean, nigga gonna be like, what y'all got going on, so on and so forth, what we gonna do, la la la.
Nah, I'm big, bro.
How is that shit? How is that? Now you on, nigga. Fuck is you talking about?
Nigga, I'm big,
You
bro.
on, nigga?
Yeah,
Do you have nieces and nephews?
Who?
You.
Nah, I just found out I had a daughter.
Damn, we gonna get into that, bro. That shit just got deep. Damn. But I'm gonna ask you this though,
That
bro.
was deep.
How has that
I'm big
influenced
bro,
you, bro?
nigga.
When you step into like talking to a female that has had her perception of you and everything you got going on influenced by social media, and you slick trying to take her serious, so to speak. But this is her perception based off of this social media shit. How do you navigate that shit, bro, in your lifestyle?
Man, that's a good question. I mean, the answer that I want to give y'all just on some blunt joint. I'm real Pluto out here, man.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm a know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't take much to know. You know what I'm saying?
So you don't even give them that space.
It's gonna be one little thing that's gonna decipher them from. It's gonna be so genuine to where it's gonna make you double look. Huh? What you say? And then that's the one that I'm like, all right, we can hang out. You feel me? But I just kind of go with the flow for real. Like, if we can't go get a public sub together, then don't you know what I'm saying? I ain't studying. We can't go hike the mountain. I'm on them type of vibes. I stay true to. I don't sell no dreams. So it don't take me long at all. Like, I ain't selling like, oh,
So
girl.
you want her to want you for you and not for what you got.
Yeah, I want to see what she about. For real, for real. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see what she about. Like,
See,
I'm at that age.
And that's what I feel like. I'm like, I want you to want me. I can understand the bullshit. I can understand the provide shit. I can understand even the partner and the financial part of it.
Yeah, for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? I'm going to fuck with you regardless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I rock with a girl that work at Publix.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to
Give
fuck
a
with
fuck
you
about
regardless.
none of that.
I'm going to fuck with you
Okay.
regardless. But if I can trust you,
Trust.
shout
and-
you can get whatever.
So honesty.
Yeah, you can
key.
get whatever for me if I can trust you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
be.
if I can trust you, you can get whatever. Because like,
like,
but I got to know I can trust you though.
Yeah. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I just went to Columbia. I mean, we know.
That's a flex.
That ain't no flex, man. Anybody can go to Columbia.
you been to Columbia, South?
Nah,
Any of the audience been to Columbia?
ladies, y'all been to Columbia?
Puerto Rico.
Columbia though, baby.
So look, let me put y'all on game. You can spend $1,500 on a section. You can go to flight and stay, all in $1,000, and I'm flying Delta. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you got to plan it out a little bit. I'm planning out. I'm gonna give you like 2 months in advance. You know what I'm saying? You can probably go a month and a half if you really want to. Probably go a month, and that flight gonna probably be $620. Stay if you got like 2 people, probably like, cause our dollar is worth more over there.
100.
So it's kind of like boom. You go over there,
I ain't gonna lie, I'm going
$250 a piece.
Nigga, I ain't gonna count.
You
I heard
in a nice little spot.
hey, man. I heard they
I'm with
treat black men like gods
I'm
over there,
going- I'm
going-
motherfucker.
I think they treat each other like with respect. Like, that's what I seen with my own eyes. Like, what we do, it's like, that's why it's so addicting to me. Like,
I got different loops and turns to get a passport. I ain't gonna holler at a couple people.
Right. You gotta holler at a couple people,
But I'm
for
got
sure.
down. I'm making work.
but look, I'm gonna give you a scenario. I mean, just get outside of Atlanta. Like, try Virginia. Try
You know, I ain't,
somewhere in Texas.
He ain't from Atlanta.
I ain't even
though.
from Atlanta, bro. You did?
I get that, but I'm just saying, because we in Atlanta, and
Yeah.
now if you've been here more than 2
They done
years,
fuck my city up, bro.
it's really bad here.
They done fuck my city
You know what
up,
I'm saying?
bro.
That-
These folk done fuck my whole city up, bro. I ain't even gonna sit here and
This is what I'm gonna say. Hold on, where's my camera? All right, cool. I get it. I'm not gonna be naive and be delusional.
Yeah.
I get what times that we in. All right.
Yeah.
So, at least, ladies, do what you supposed to do. Even if I'm gonna trick off, act like you like me. Fast. No pretend that you
get
like
some
me.
money like that.
One time for the
Touch my shoulder. Can you touch my shoulder real quick? Touch it. Touch my shoulder and
Make me
say,
feel like you give a fuck for
Hey,
real.
Baby, you
baby.
know what I'm saying? Let
call
know.
me baby and say, I like what you got on.
Even
Even if you don't like what I got on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, God.
and that's what Columbia is about. It ain't. I can. When Future say stuff like, so we take the literal. When he say, I can shot when I land, I can shot when I land. Man, I'm playing with them bands. Cause when I take my money, when I take my let me see what I took over there. When I take my 3,000 and move it over to pesos, I'm a millionaire overnight. because they money is in $1,000 increments.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So now it's just like the women out there. I'm not
They don't want to
saying.
see Sav over there.
I get it. Once again, I'm not gonna be delusional. I know we in America.
Help, but your ass go goddamn.
Well, you know me.
It's Sersky. I'm all right. So
You know Rue Chris over there?
Huh?
Rue Chris here, right?
Yeah, I fuck with
Probably about $100 one person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I fuck with
$100. No, we ain't talking about drink. We talking about maybe the main and the side.
Tia, baby, you ready to go to
You know what I'm saying?
Columbia? Yeah, me and Tia going.
Boom, boom,
Shots
boom.
ahead, nigga.
Boom. We go the same type of ordeal in Colombia, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talking about less than 50, probably about $50 USD,
Hey, Sal.
and we eating amazing.
That trip, Columbia. I
Hey,
want to
listen,
say,
I think every dude should experience
Columbia.
Medellin specifically. I haven't went to Cartagena yet. I think that's where all the better excursions may be, but I ain't even made it there yet. But Medellin, you know what I mean? If you want to be appreciated, if you want to know what that even feel like, we gonna come back to America. We ain't gonna be delusional like the when we want some 6'9" and we all that. We just want to be light. If you want to be light and appreciated for your dollar,
for your motherfucker,
They gonna say their fantasy.
we at least go
They got that
go
shit
go
in
there
America, too,
to
now.
at
Get that
least
shit.
appreciate
Whoa.
what you think you like.
Well,
in America,
yeah,
if they appreciate you for your dollar,
yeah,
you don't know.
no.
Where?
I mean, you better look
Flea
around.
market?
Nigga. Nah. I thought we were talking about women.
Oh, women.
Tell
Yeah,
me where.
we going?
I don't know. You gotta just look around, bro. You know
Where?
What I'm saying? Where?
Yeah,
Where?
well.
Nigga, everywhere. What the fuck is you talking
No,
about?
Nah, these
no.
women-
You don't think? No.
I done met good women. Look, I'm not. Look,
If that's
I'm
their
a lady
motherfucking,
man.
hold on. Let me say that. If that's their profession, bro, and you handling good business, the fuck gonna appreciate you for your dollar, bro.
what? Hold on. What's good business? What are you talking about right now?
If their profession,
Okay, what's the profession? Come on. I want to make sure I understand what
you
you're saying.
got to pay these folk for their time. Whatever comes.
talking about the girls, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
talking
Well,
about-
give me a number. Throw out a number.
Shit, whatever they talking about.
What, ladies, y'all want to
Yeah.
throw out a number?
We got our audience speaking right now.
Yeah, I'm confused too. So
I'm saying, all right, so let's just keep this shit out explicit.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Keep
saying.
Fucking tricking off, nigga.
okay,
if
cool.
you
cool.
understand,
How much are we tricking?
it
Hold
depends
on,
on
now.
the woman.
Trick and go. Yeah, that goes on.
It depends on the woman. What type of shit you got going on?
Give me the lowest pedestal of tricking.
I don't know. These
Depends
hoes
on the
selling
woman,
pussy
bro.
$40.
Yeah, go to Fort and Industrial
y'all-
right now.
now-
Yeah,
now-
might get a $40. Goddamn.
See, y'all talking about prostitution.
Yeah, man. You, know.
I'm talking
You
about.
talking about escorts?
You talking about escorts? He talking about eloquent prostitution.
I'm talking about you
eloquent.
meet a woman and you want to get to know her.
Oh, you're okay. I get that. Okay,
No.
Okay, let's talk about
We
dating.
just fucking with him.
we fuck with this nigga.
Yeah, we fucking with him.
No, I get what you're saying. You're talking about actually dating and being appreciated as
Yes,
a man in
yes,
a relationship.
yes.
Okay, 100. Okay. See, I was talking about being appreciated because we got us an understanding, shout out. I'm trying to crack that shit right now, tonight, and when I motherfucking call.
We got
What the ticket is? Fuck is you talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, they would appreciate because it's their profession. They're like, if a nigga got a 9 to 5,
All
you
right,
go to
cool,
work,
cool.
the folk
Now
pay you.
let's-
I appreciate somebody.
Let's talk
clock out
about
and clock in.
let's talk about the regular version of where everybody act like same thing with dudes, vice versa. We all know what's going on. Tricking.
I don't look at tricking bad. I
Nothing wrong
support
with that.
single mothers.
That nigga that retarded fuck. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Chicken ain't. I don't
No,
see
I'm
that
saying
as a
like,
bad
okay,
idea.
cool. Let me be more direct. A girl that you trying to meet, she not selling it for $40. That's not what she do.
I don't even like $40 pussy.
Yeah, he said that
Yeah,
shit
see what I'm
on
saying?
the
That's what I mean.
episode.
I don't like
pussy
that.
kind of risky.
That ain't what I like either.
That shit risky,
I'm
boy.
talking about you just meet a
Y'all
woman.
gotta understand, man. I'm gonna just keep this shit and bring it in. You know, I'm a nasty nigga. I like to get
Man,
butt.
here this nigga go with this
I
shit.
ain't about to say.
Man, pause out. You know what?
No.
I'm gonna keep it.
No.
No.
I bullshit aside though, bro. Nah, for real. I don't like $40 pussy. I don't even know what to buy.
Okay,
$40
that's
pussy.
what I'm trying to say. We canceling out that. We talking about just meeting.
Nah, he talking about actually
In general,
meeting a
girls
woman and
that's
getting to
they're
know.
not selling it.
Everything's for sale.
Exactly, we know that, but they're
Okay.
not selling it.
Everything for sale. Bro.
But
Yeah.
but trying to get to know them and what that
This nigga trying to
costs to
fall in
do
love.
that,
I ain't trying to fall in love.
huh?
I ain't
I'm not
fall-
talking about falling in love. I'm talking about a girl that you just like, that you trying to get to know and trying to at least try to get to it. Not the $40 pussy, but the girls that want to at least feel like you is trying to be a boyfriend.
Oh, okay. See that right there.
The girl that said you got to pay for my time, them girls.
I can't do that.
Okay.
No. Not saying I can't do that because once again that bring me back to the trust. I got to be able to trust you.
So it's over with. So it's a conversation.
No.
Ball game, gentlemen.
No, because it's a whole bunch. Like, bro, you can find a woman that you can trust, bro, for nothing, and then y'all can work.
How long
out
that's
the
gonna
grind.
take, Sal? How many girls? And just be real as a dude. How many good girls had you just messed up? Like, you know what? I messed up. Like
A lot.
All of that nigga.
Yeah.
I don't
you messed up a lot. You met a lot of women that was good girls. You met a lot of
I
good
don't
women.
believe monogamy, bro.
I'm just saying though, in general.
Yeah, no, I just don't believe monogamy. So a lot of
So it's really you. So it really this ain't a conversation.
It's
Nah, it ain't. I ain't hold you, bro. I'm gonna give you the game. He's that.
So, okay,
that's out,
cool.
though.
No,
You
he'll
a savage.
tell you, bro. He'll
stop
tell you,
that.
So
bro.
we talking about two different things. You a savage.
He'll
man.
tell you, bro.
You don't believe in it. So
The savagery. The
You a
savagery.
savage. All right,
Okay.
Like I just,
All right,
just
so,
me, bro.
So you
What's up?
you got a woman?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't count then. All right, so ask me the question.
Yeah.
Okay, what you want me to ask you, bro?
The question is, I guess what we trying to figure out is, can I find a woman to take me serious in America and what that would consist of?
Yes, you
Yeah,
can.
yes, you can.
And
Bro, but
my
it's a
fault.
lot of-
Not America. I'm sorry.
Atlanta, Georgia.
And-
I ain't
in
even,
Atlanta and
that's
the
a whole
suburbs.
different place. But I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I know a lot of thorough females. Like I ain't even gonna say a lot of females I done fuck with.
Because dudes,
we
we like women too. We got
I
similar
hope
ways.
we like women.
Huh?
I hope they like women.
No. We got similar ways.
Hey, excuse me. Hold on. I gotta pause you because every episode, Sap says something that could potentially get us canceled. So I gotta look at this camera and tell these folk this right here. Disclaimer. We are all heterosexual, man. And yes, we definitely love women. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes to our own detriment. But that don't mean we got nothing against
That community.
the LGBT,
I love
all that
women.
community
I
or
love
whatever.
bisexual women.
We just ain't on that type of time as far as the other
I
shit.
can't be with
bro.
one machine bisexual.
For real, we had to do that.
Yeah, hey, bro, I ain't gonna
I
cap.
probably
You
seen
not know
some
what
wild
era we
shit,
in, bro?
I get it. I
Nah,
hear
this
it.
shit finna go bigger to big. No cap. Speak on the
Nah,
podcast.
bro. I be saying some wild shit, so
Yeah,
they
that
be had
nigga
to
be
make
tripping.
sure
I
I
Y'all
be
made me
having
forget what I was
goddamn
getting
Yeah,
about.
Slick
disclaimer,
always
fuck.
be on my ass. He be like, bro, you goddamn.
Yeah, you know, I think about
And
the
the
big
thing
picture.
is, y'all gotta just go with the flow. Let them talk. That mean that's just gonna generate.
Nah, but for real though,
That
bro.
community gonna tap in. They
A
gonna
lot- a
them the
lot-
subscribers.
But what I'm saying. But see, a lot of shit, bro. The women that I fuck with, the women that's in my life, I fuck with them on daily. Regardless if it's just we just checking in, regardless if we just whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? So I don't got to have it. I don't got to have that shit in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I want to say that though, bro, cause you know, like I said, bro, all these questions that we just came and posed towards the end of the segment, this is what we do, bro. Because different people have different perspectives, obviously.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So as we wrap this thing up, we do one thing, bro, every episode, bro. We get a closing word. Because here on Speak on the Podcast, bro, we unadulterated, we unfiltered, and we explicit. We gonna give it to you best way that we can from our perspective and perspective of other individuals that we had the honor to actually have some insight from. So right here, right now, taking it all the way back, bro. You know what I mean? Our closing words, bro. You feel what I'm saying? We always start with Mr. Sap, the boss.
I'm gonna start out my closing word. No, well, I don't worry about our topic today. Trust. I value loyalty over love. That's just me, bro. You know, if I could trust you, I could love you. But if I can't trust you, I can't love you.
I'm
I
gonna
ain't
say
gonna
as far
lie.
as my closing word, bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Play the game. You know, we only got one motherfucker life to live at the end of the day, bro. One life to live, whether it's fucking reincarnation, whether you go to heaven, whether you go to hell. You know what I mean? Nobody has ever been to them places, came back and told us this shit was true reality, bro. So what we know right here, right now, in our own individual reality is, bro, we got one motherfucking life to live. And sometimes I view this shit as a game, bro. You gotta play this shit. And the fucked up part about it sometimes is that you gotta play this shit by other folk rules too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's just life though. Nigga, don't be bitter. You You know what I mean? Don't be angry. Don't have no type of resentment at the end of the day, bro, because if you got to play the game, sometimes you got to learn these fault rules and all the finagle. So every day that we walk and every day that we live out here in society, bro, know the game that you playing. Sometimes you can spread yourself thin. You can play this game, play this game, play this game, play this game. How the fuck you gonna remember the rules to all them games are good enough to actually win these motherfuckers? So know the game that is meant for you, bro. That shit take time sometimes, bro. Don't be impatient. Know the game that's meant for you, bro. And play that motherfucker to the best of your ability at the end of the day, man. 100. Showtime. Get these folk what they were looking for.
Okay. To my ladies, we're gonna end it like this. Just like I said earlier, with even trying to get to so-called the position that I'm in, whatever you want to call it, how I got here. Make yourself an asset. Try that. Please just try that before you, whatever. Dudes too. I'm not saying whatever. We messed up too, but I feel like me personally, we messed up because we think that's what y'all want. Y'all got the power at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So we only going off of what we think y'all want. So if you do meet a good person, make yourself an asset the same way I said that we need to make ourselves an asset to get to where we need to try to get to. It's more than just being one-dimensional. You know what I mean? You got to wear multiple hats to survive life. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Keyword asset.
Asset. Make yourself an asset. Rub that man's shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Act like you like him. See how he act. It ain't about just the vagina. That's cool.
Shit, sometimes it is.
That's cool. Don't get me wrong. We need that, and y'all need this, so that cancel out. What's gonna make that man second guess? Like, dang, yeah, he gonna miss this. Now, I ain't talking about the vagina. I'm talking about he gonna miss you in general, like your presence, what you bring to the table. It ain't gotta be about no money, no 50-50. I'm just saying, make yourself an asset, and that's something that I spoke on and generally when it comes to life itself. So
facts.
100.
So that's my closing statement, ladies. Make yourself an asset. Y'all like that now? We love y'all. I love y'all. Show me something for sure.
Facts. So man, we're gonna close that out. You know what I'm saying? We got Sat the Boss, my dog Prophet.
Yes, Sirski.
And Showtime.
Pulling up, man. You know you gotta go catch a flight in the morning, my nigga.
Man, that's in a few hours, man. In the morning. We in the morning.
Fuck
Yeah,
you
man.
mean?
Say that, man. Go get on that plane, bro. Safe travel, my brother.
And shout out my ladies that's here too. Let's clap it up for them. Hey, I don't know if y'all can see. I don't even think the camera can see them, but they know that they here.
Yeah, clap
they
it
in
up
the
for
background. We're gonna applaud everybody. Hey, yeah, we like that, man. Shout out to y'all, man. We out here for sure.
Mixing up the smell, why is that Chanel? Mixing up the smell, why is that Chanel? Mixing up the smell, why is that Chanel? Mixing up the smell,